We have, Mark Instead wrote an excellent article in the newsletter. If you haven't read it, there are copies in the back, looking at plans A and B, which is what we had until about a half hour ago. And like I said, this is a chance just to do any and all ideas. And I'm going to leave it to Clark Ray and the staff to outline how they can do it and what they intend to do and how they intend to incorporate community views. So let me just check and see. Mary Shea is of course here. Do you want to say anything, Mary? Do you have any? She's shaking her head. Anything?
Hi.
Okay, well, without further ado, let me turn it over to Clark Ray and DPR. One other thing too, as part of the Palisades effort to collect opinions, not only has DPR left comment sheets in the back that you can fill out right now, but we will have easel boards with these 3 plans at the Palisades Library starting tomorrow, and a comment book. So if people want to make a comment, couldn't make it tonight, and say, gosh, I really wanted to say this about the park entrance, they can always go to the Palisades Library. We're going to collect comments until the end of the month, February 29th. It's a leap year, I think. And then we'll turn those over to DPR as well. So here is Mr. Ray.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me out here tonight. I am going to be brief, and I'm going to turn it over to my planning staff and have them really answer your questions and to get your comments. Just a couple of things. First of all, I want to say, I think it goes without saying, but I have been at the Department of Parks and Rec since August. And I think you know, I'm just going to reaffirm for you what an advocate you have in your council member who I speak with weekly, daily, sometimes twice a day. Palisades is always at the top, or over the top of her list. So know that your council member is a great advocate for you. Also, I'd like to just recognize in the back Roberto Solano, who is your Ward 3 Neighborhood Services Coordinator out of the Office of Community Relations and Services for the Mayor. Good to see you. And then my planning staff, we've got Bridget Stetsny here, who is the Senior Planner at the Department, David Jennifer, who is the Senior Capital Officer at the Department, Jesse Rounds, who is everything you do all at the Department, along with Sherry Freer. The same way, Sherry is really, I think, it goes without saying, is the one who really put a lot of effort and thought behind the design options that you see tonight. Now, one thing in talking with Spence that I just wanted to come here as the person who's in charge of Parks and Recreation, and just so you could hear from me and I could get your reaction. Just a little story. I came along with my mom on Thanksgiving Day over to the park, thinking that it would just be a quick run through the park. I was amazed. I could not believe. I mean, everyone on the field playing soccer, everyone playing football, baseball. It was amazing. My mother being from Arkansas, I was like, what are these folks doing out on Thanksgiving Day? It was awesome. It was awesome. So, but at that point in time is when I really noticed a lack of a fence around the artificial turf. Now, so I immediately went back to the office and said, whoa, wait a minute. Called the contractor up, called David up, and said, get that fence up. And then I think it was the next day, I talked to Spence, and Spence goes, wait a minute, we don't want a fence. We decided no fence. And I was going, well, you better go check, because my luck, it would be the first time that a DPR contractor actually moved quickly, and your fence may be up, but it wasn't. But I wanted to let you know, I think a fence should be up. And the reason a fence should be up is that is about a $750,000 investment of your tax dollars and my tax dollars on that field. If it is damaged or torn, I do not have the money. I do not have the money to repair it. So I just want you to know that. I'm going to ask Spence, and I'm going to ask, I would just like maybe a letter, from just saying that you heard me. And you heard what I said. So if something happens, that we're all in agreement here that is what the community wants, because if that's what you want, then I'm going to deliver that. But I'm telling you, it makes me very, very wary to leave that field unprotected. So I wanted to come here tonight, and that's the reason that I came tonight. Now, I'm going to stay around. I'll take questions if you have questions. I'm going to turn it over to the planning staff. But just one more thing. Today, the department released its dog park application. So it's online. Go to our website is current. It's live. So if sponsoring groups are looking for a dog park, the application is now online. The rules are online. So we are looking to move forward with establishing dog parks in the city. It's been a long process. So questions, comments? Yes, ma'am.
If the fence goes up, so does that mean that it's accessed by key only or something, or that it's patrolled by someone here in the rec center, or what?
Yeah, I think that's that certainly is up for discussion. I think Gail Benjamin here, or we could maybe have a key with someone in the community if someone wanted to take the responsibility to unlock it in the morning. I just feel personally that it's such an investment that there needs to be a fence. But I know that there are plans for some benches out there. So.
Yeah, what exactly besides concern as far as dam deer or vandalism?
No, I mean, I think it could be vandalism. I mean, I have seen in other parts of the city, and this is not I've just seen people take bicycles, people take a motorbike, and go out and can do some real damage to the field. I mean, even we've had some damage with fireworks. I don't know how you shoot fireworks off over here, but those are concerns. I mean, it's just it's a concern. Also, someone said, well, we do not want to turn that into a dog park. We have it gated or fenced. But I'm more concerned about dogs right now running on the field, unleashed, and maybe doing some damage to it as well. So I have to look at it from that standpoint.
How big of a fence is this? How tall?
How tall is the fence out there now? Because, I mean, what was the height of the fence?
8 feet. Chairman Clark, let me just say, and I appreciate that Clark felt the need to come here and explain this to everybody because it is a great investment and a great enjoyment of the soccer field so far. But we came up with what we thought was a nice compromise. The main danger being vehicle traffic. We talked to the manufacturer of the field. There's very little that can hurt it. Vehicles are obviously a main concern. So we came up with a compromise not too long ago, and Clark did want to come explain this to you guys and talk about his concerns. And we agreed that we as a community would take care of we share the concern over the field. And we would do everything we could do to educate each other, to educate ourselves, police ourselves, to keep it safe and keep it protected. But we also want to install, instead of a fence, a nice row of benches along the pathway there that would be spaced so that cars and vehicles couldn't get down on the field unnecessarily. So that was a compromise. We had Penny Pagano arranged for a grant from Sibley Hospital, who stepped up and made a great donation to it to be able to do that. So that's where that stands right now. We felt that was a greater alternative than to have an 8-foot fence that could potentially be locked. So we understand the concern, we appreciate it, and we now as a community need to step up and make sure that we protect that field as we said we made to the DPR, and we think we've got a great alternative.